What about if you're checking it, but the dryer keeps spinning while the door is open?
About the only scenario that can happen. So for the dryer to spin, of course, it's the motor that allows it to spin. There are basically kind of sort of two sources of power for the motor. If you look at any household plug, you'll notice that there's a slot on the left, there's a slot on the right. One of them they refer to as your hot or your L1, and one they refer to as a neutral. So that's what your motor operates on. So one of those lines comes from the control board, and then the other line passes through your door switch. So what happens if it's still spinning when the door is open? I'm sorry, I said part of that wrong. Basically, the relay on the control board is basically stuck shut. So it's constantly supplying power to the motor. So it's spinning. Even if you turn the dryer, the door open or shut, even when it's just sitting there, it'll spin because that relay stuck shut. So pretty much almost 100% of the time, if that's happening, then you need to get a control board. Doing this for 15 years, I've never seen one that was still spinning when the door opened that did not need a control board.
That's interesting. I thought it would be maybe a faulty door switch where the switch is sort of saying that the door's always closed. But maybe I guess if the switch doesn't have power, then it's assuming that it's open. That makes sense.
It is possible. I guess I've seen a few cases where you open the door and it's still spinning, but that's when the unit's still on. There are some dryers that even if you turn it off or even if the cycle's complete, it'll keep spinning. Hold on. Yeah, sorry, I'm thinking of another. What I'm thinking of is as soon as you shut the door, it starts spinning even if you don't turn it on. Sorry, that's what I'm thinking of. That's a bad control board. Mm-hmm. Yes, if it keeps spinning when the door's open, yes, that would be a bad door switch. Sorry, I've got those mixed up.
No, gotcha. So that makes sense. So basically, if it's spinning while the door is open, it could be the door switch. And if it's as soon as you close the door, it starts spinning, it's probably the door switch. You know, it's always getting that spin signal, and the door switch is the only thing that's stopping it.
Yes. Yeah, in that case, the door switch is okay, and the control board is sending power because, people will say, yeah, I finished the cycle 30 minutes ago, and it's still running. And the thing about that is it won't heat. It'll just spin. So you can still use it while you're waiting on the repairman to change your control board. You've just got to shut it, start it like normal, and then make sure to go in once it's done so you can open the door and it'll stop spinning.